Picture two equally talented workers. They share the same intelligence and ambition, and they've just been handed the exact same assignment using identical AI tools. You'd expect their results to look the same, but by tomorrow, one will have finished the project flawlessly in a few hours, while the other is pulling a frantic all-nighter just to reach the finish line. We tend to assume that providing equal access to technology creates an even playing field. If the software is the same, the opportunity must be too. But this ignores the blank start tax, the invisible penalty paid by the worker who has to reconstruct their context every single morning. They spend hours searching through apps, remembering which steps worked last time, and rebuilding from a blinking cursor. Talent and tools don't matter if the environment remembers absolutely nothing about how a person actually works. The second worker avoids this tax because they aren't starting from scratch. Their system already understands their workflow. It retrieves the sources they trust, flags the blind spots they usually overlook, and pulls in the methods they've already perfected. This creates a fundamental divergence in the workforce. It's a split between people whose digital capability grows with every task, and those whose work evaporates the moment they close the tab. On one side, you have app people who rent their tools by the hour. On the other, you have stack people who build infrastructure. To see where this lead goes, look at Horizon 0, the first task. At the beginning, the two trajectories are indistinguishable. Raw human effort is the only thing driving the outcome. But eventually, they both hit Horizon 1 and make a critical mistake. The app person relies on their memory to fix it. They learn the lesson, but their software environment stays exactly the same. The next time they face this task, they have to remember the fix all over again. The stack person programs that correction into their system as a standing check. They've altered their base infrastructure so the error becomes impossible to repeat. From this moment on, the stack person begins every future project after that mistake, while the app person is still starting before it. By Horizon 2, the 10th project, the gap starts to curve. The stack person's setup is now automatic. Their environment recognizes the pattern and assembles the workspace, leaving the human free to focus only on the new challenges. The app person is still manually retrieving context across different apps, losing hours to the same repetitive preparation they did months ago. Then comes Horizon 3. Both workers are thrown into a completely unfamiliar domain with an entirely new set of software. For the app person, their expertise is tied to specific interfaces. When the software changes, their efficiency drops to zero. But the stack person carries underlying methods, their research patterns and error checks, wherever they go. Their capability travels independent of any single application. Resilience doesn't come from mastering a specific app. It comes from owning a portable method. This is how that lead becomes permanent. The stack person isn't just working faster. They are converting their labor into digital capital. A completed project becomes a reusable procedure. A one-off moment of human judgment is captured and turned into an escalation rule. They are building a system that knows exactly when it needs their attention and when it can handle the task alone. Both workers deliver a result for the boss, but only one leaves an asset behind that makes tomorrow's work easier. 5 years into this process, the distance between these two people is unbridgeable. One is calm, managing a system that processes data at scale. The other is drowning in digital clutter, still manually reconstructing their work every morning. When the market sees the stack person's output, it assumes they're a natural genius or just unusually fast. But this is a misunderstanding. We are confusing raw human potential with the compounding power of an accumulated operating environment. Meanwhile, the app person is burning out, paying a massive hidden reconstruction cost that no one else can see. It's important to realize that stack people aren't inherently better workers. They simply had the agency, the time, and the infrastructure to build something that lasts. The responsibility for this divide lies with our institutions. When schools and companies force every project to begin from an empty corporate account, they are effectively mandating that their workers stay in that loop of repeated effort. The alternative is to provide secure starter environments, places where an employee can legally build and retain their own compounding infrastructure. The goal is to move past renting intelligence at the moment of need. We should be building environments that travel with us. Ultimately, the real gap in modern labor isn't about who has the best tools. It's about whose work evaporates at the end of the day, and whose completed tasks actually change the starting point of the next.